Good morning, Mom. Good morning, classmate. My name is Sunshine Manson, and this is my report in General Psychology, Group 7. My report is all about learning. Learning is a complex process that involves acquiring knowledge, skills, attitude, or behaviors through experience, study, or teaching. So, kapag sinasabi nating learning, ito ay mga proseso ng pagkuha ng bagong kaalaman, kasanayan, pag-uugali, o mga halaga. So, examples of learnings include dito yung mastering a musical instrument, solving mathematical problems, or adapting behaviors after social interaction. It is a fundamental to human development and is influenced by various factors including cognitive process, emotional states, social interactions, and environmental context. So, kapag sinasabi nating cognitive process, naga-involve dito yung mental activities natin tulad ng memory attentions and problem solving. And emotional states, it is influence, motivational, and focus. Social interactions with peers, teachers, mentor, and family members also shape learning experience. And environmental context also influence learning styles. So, theories of learning have evolved over time with prominent models including behaviorism, cognitivism, and constructivism. So, kapag sinasabi natin ang behaviorism, ito ay nakatutok sa mga nakikitang pag-uugali ng mga tao at sa panlabas na stimuli. So, kapag sinasabi na rin natin na cognitivism, ito ay lumilitaw bilang isang tugon sa behaviorism na nagbibigay diin sa kahalagahan ng mga proseso ng pag-iisip at pag-aaral. So, constructivism build on cognitivist principles but place greater emphasis on the learner's activity role in constructing knowledge. Thank you, Mom, and God bless.
Good morning, Mom. I'm Shalami Bautista. My report is all about experience and choice. Experience play a crucial role in shaping psychology, process, and behavior, and psychology experience encompasses the personal, subjective events that individual undergo out through their lives, influencing their emotion and action. Change often driven by this experience is a central theme is psychology, theories, and practice reflecting how individual adapt, involve, response to values. So, ang ugnayan sa pagitan ng karanasan at pagbabago ay mahalaga para sa personal na pag-unlad. Ang bawat karanasan, mabuti man o masama, ay nagbibigay daan para sa pagkatotoo at pag-unlad sa pamamagitan ng pag-unawa sa ating mga karanasan at madali nating makikita ang mga pagkakataon para sa pagbabago.
Good day, ma'am. So, my topic is all about the cognitive factors in learning. So, cognitive factors are mental processes that influence how individuals learn and acquire knowledge. These factors encompass various mental abilities such as attention, memory, perception, thinking, and problem solving. So, the example of cognitive factors, so attention, the ability to focus. So, ang mga aktibidong salik ay ang mga prosesong mental na nakaka-impluwensya kung paano natuto ang nakakuha ng mga individual ang kaalaman, saklaw ang kakayahang mental tulad ng atensyon, memorya, perception, pag-iisip, at paglutas ng problema. Okay, so the example of cognitive factors, we have the attention. So attention, the ability to focus on specific information and ignore distraction. So ibig sabihin, the ability to focus on specific information and ignore, kumbaga, kailangan niya na mag-focus sila sa pagpanood kung ano yung tinuturo sa kanila, dapat walang distraction. Next, we have the memory. Memory, the process of encoding, storing, and retrieving information. So, ito yung attention. Ang kakayahang tumuon sa particular na impormasyon at hindi pansin-pansin ang mga distraction. So, yun dapat hindi hindi mag-distract yung isang estudyante. Next, we have the memorya. Memorya ang proseso ng pag-encode, pag-iimbak, at pagkukuha ng impormasyon. So, memory, the process of encoding, storing, and retrieving information. So, when we say encoding, so pag i-imbak o pag-storing ng ating mga information. Next, we have the perception. So, ang interpretation ng sensory information. Next, we have pag-iisip. Ang kakayahang magtutuwiran, lutasin ang mga problema at gumawa ng mga desisyon. Next, thinking. So, thinking, the ability to reason, solve problems, and make decisions. Metacognition. So, kamalayan at pag-unawa sa sariling mga proseso ng pag-iisip. Okay, so my topic is all about cognitive factors in learning. So we have, what is cognitive factors? So cognitive factors are mental process that influence how individuals learn and acquire various mental ability such as attention, memory, perception, thinking, and problem solving.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, ma'am. This is Cherry Joy Madres. So, this is the group 7. So, my topic is all about the operant and classical conditioning applications. So, the classical and operant conditioning are two fundamental concepts in the psychology. Classical conditioning and operant conditioning are two important concepts, central behavior in psychology. These are similarities between classical and operant conditioning. Both types of conditioning results in learning, and both suggest that subject can adapt to their environment. So, however, the process are also quite different. So, what are the main differences between operant versus classical conditionings? So, to understand how each of these behavior modification techniques can be used, it is also essential to understand how classical and operant conditioning differ from one another. Have you ever found yourself humming a song that you are heard earlier in the day, or suddenly craving a certain food after seeing an advertisement for it? These are examples of how our thoughts, behaviors, and attitudes can be influenced by external cues in our environment. One explanation for this is the phenomenon is called priming, which is a concept that has been extensively studied by researchers in psychology. Communication and marketing. This article will provide an overview of the theory of priming. This application is various field and criticism of its use. So, the classical conditioning applications are the examples. So, the examples is a person with a fear of a dog could be gradually exposed to dogs in controlled setting while simultaneously being given a reward. So, such as piece of candy, leading to the development of positive association with dogs. So, there is a classical conditioning application, so which is ang dog. So, ang dog, di ba? Pag halimbawa, tagaan mo siya sang piece of candy, so magkalma ang dog. So hindi siya mangagat or hindi siya magbark sa isa ka tao. Kay tungod kay gintagaan siya sang candy, because ang candy amo na ang makapagkalma sang dog. So diri naman kita sa operant conditioning. So the example of the operant conditioning is while the teacher may use positive reinforcement such as a praise or extra credit to encourage student to engage in positive behaviors. So while a parent may use punishment such as taking away privilege to discourage negative behavior. So amo na siyang example sang classical and the operant conditioning sa field sang psychology. So that's it. Thank you.